So I heard it was Fez Friday, so thought I should get involved. And today we are bringing you two, not one, but two fuzz pedals. So this is a wonderful vintage CSL Super Fuzz, and this is your Edwin Collins replica bum fuzz. When I say it's a replica, I don't mean it's a replica pedal, it's the real thing, it's a SolaSound pedal, but it's a replica of Edwin Collins' pedal. And the reason I wanted to do them together is there was this quite a nice little story of how I ended up with this vintage one. This year I was invited up to Scotland to celebrate Burns Night, which is something I'd never been to Scotland to do. Burns Night there. It's a huge thing for the Scots. So I got my tartan outfit, and I got my travel arrangements, and about a week before I left I got a email from a guy saying, hello Mr. Macari, I heard you know about fuzz pedals, do you know what this one is? And normally I say, no, I haven't a clue. But this one I knew, and I said, yeah, I'll tell you what you got there. You got a very cool pedal. It's a Mark III tone bender, but it's in a case we called the French case. It's about the earliest we used this case, the French case, and we made it for a company called CSL. We made, my dad and my uncle made pedals for lots of other companies, including CSL and also a company called B&M. And he said, oh, thanks very much. And I said, also, I haven't got one in my collection. Would you like to sell it? And he said, no, I don't want to sell it, but if you've got a cool bass guitar, I might do a trade with you. So it's funny, we'd just finished the stock take, and I was looking at this bass I had, which I hadn't sold because we'd been hiring it out. It's a very cool bass. To quite a lot of big bands in England. Well, I mustn't mention the names, obviously, but quite a few REM bands. And I showed him a picture of it, and he said, yeah, I'd be up for that, that's great. I said, where are you? He said, well, I'm in Edinburgh. I said, wow. I said, well, I'm flying to Edinburgh next week. And I could, then I thought, well, it's going to be a pain to get this bass on the plane. So I cancelled my flight and I booked a train, and I went up a day early to Edinburgh to do this deal to get this fuzz pedal. And lo and behold, that night, Edwin Collins was playing at the Assembly Rooms in Edinburgh. And our mate, Barry Cadogan, little Barry, was playing in the band. So, you know, it was miraculous, really. So I headed up. Terrible seat on the train. Don't want to think about that, actually. And did the deal on the fuzz. Went to the gig. And then went off to Burns Night. I mean, what a fabulous few fuzzy days to have. Great cleanup. Also, this is really cool because I'm going to show you three germanium transistors versus three 70s silicone transistors. So this circuit is really, it's the one that people overlook, the Mark III, Mark IV, because it appeared in so many different guises in lots of different pedals with different names on it, and with loads of different transistors in it. But this is an absolute classic. It's just a lovely, lovely fuzz. 1970, to go and get that sound and play it with your band must have been just fabulous. Edwyn Collins, he had this hit with this song, Girl Like You, which was this one, still got my CD of it, which was a great song and a massive hit for him. But his sound on it was just his Gretsch plugged into his B&M Fuzz straight into the desk. So when I heard it for the first time, I thought, wow, God, that's definitely tone bender. And at that point in time, in sort of mid-80s, hardly anyone was using the pedal. So it was so good to hear it on the radio. And so Edwyn lent me his pedal. And where it said B&M, I could see it had a sticker on it. And I said, what's that about? He said, oh, well, it's got. I had a piece of masking tape over the and I called it, put a U on it and called it the Bum Fuzz. So I'm just going to show you the difference between this germanium sound and the way it cleans up. And the silicone pedal rolling this back, much more of a tonal thing, almost sort of punky, sort of garagey. And then when I pull the gain and the volume up, go back to germanium. It's almost, you know, if you think about when these were produced, sort of 1970 versus late 70s, and you think how guitar players had changed. Everyone was looking for that smooth, silky, sustained sound, especially the rock guitarists. They loved that smooth, silky sustain, and I think it would be really interesting to find out if the pedal influenced them, or they said, I want this sound, and so silkier, smoother pedals were produced. What came first, the chicken or the egg? Funny enough, today I've spent most of my day building this chicken run. But we had chickens arrive for the first time today, so I'm going to be like 4 new members of the family. Not that they've got names yet. It's been a real animal day, actually, because just before I started filming, this goldfinch flew into my house and was flying around the place, and eventually got worn out, and I was allowed to, he let me pick him up and set free outside. The goldfinch, if you're not watching from England, is a very rare bird here. It's the smallest British bird. I should be talking about fuzz pedals, sorry. So, what else can I tell you? Oh, sorry, should we do it? Yes, you heard it here first. Germanium meets silicone, old meets new. Happy Fuzz Friday, everyone, and see you tomorrow with some more goodies.